Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one, right? Just drowning in tasks, emails keep coming, everything feels urgent.
Oh, yeah, that constant sense of being behind, like you're just stuck in mud. Procrastination central.
Exactly. Wishing there was some, I don't know, magic fix to just get it all done. Well, today's deep dive, it's maybe not magic, but it's definitely packed with some really potent strategies against that overwhelm. Welcome to the deep dive. We're all about cutting through the noise, getting you that distilled, impactful knowledge. And today, we're tackling something huge, mastering productivity, finally beating procrastination.
Yeah, and we're diving into a classic for this, Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog Action Workbook.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't just theory, right? It's super practical, very actionable. Our mission is to pull out those maybe surprising insights you might have missed.
Absolutely. And that title, Eat That Frog, it's such a great metaphor, even if it's a vivid.
Yeah, a live frog.
If you have to do it, just do it first thing. Get it over with.
And in productivity terms, that means hitting your biggest, toughest, maybe most dreaded task first.
Right. Front load the hard stuff. The psychological boost from that is pretty significant.
And to make it real, the workbook gives us Shane. She's a middle manager, right?
Yep. Passionate about making chocolate on the side, trying to grow that, get an MBA, have a life.
So relatable. Her struggles with, too many priorities, putting things off. That's our guide through these strategies.
So our promise to you listening is that this deep dive, it's going to give you really transformative ideas from Tracy's work, help you spot your own frogs and build the habits to, well, eat them consistently. It could really shift how you approach work, maybe even life. So let's dig in. Okay.
Yeah.
Before you eat any frogs, you got to know which frogs are on the menu.
Exactly. Goal setting.
We all know about goal setting, but Tracy's take. What's the deeper layer here? Beyond just, writing stuff down.
Well, what he really hones in on is the psychological punch of written, super specific goals. And crucially, how you choose them. It's not just making a big wish list. He says, list 10 goals for the year, write them like they've already happened.
Okay.
But then, and this is the kicker, pick one, just one. The single goal that if you nailed it in 24 hours would make the biggest positive difference in your life.
Wow. Okay, just one.
Yeah, it forces this intense focus. It's not just about being clear. It's about finding your absolute highest leverage point. Cuts through all the could-dos to the must-do.
That single high-impact goal idea, it almost feels wrong, doesn't it? We're always told to juggle everything.
Right. But think about Shane. Her leverage points were clear, the MBA, and growing the chocolate business so she could quit her day job.
So she visualized those.
Yeah, visualize the end game, and then, this is key, broke them down into really small, manageable steps, making the scary stuff feel doable.
Okay, so we've identified the big goal, the leverage point. How do we actually, start moving the needle consistently? That brings us to principle number 2. Plan every day in advance. Again, sounds simple. Plan your day. What's the hidden cost Tracy talks about if you don't do this?
Mental energy, decision fatigue, wasted time, basically. Tracy's argument is that just a few minutes thinking on paper saves hours down the line.
Thinking on paper.
Yeah, and it's not just a basic to-do list. It's layered. You've got your master list for random ideas, then a monthly list based on your goals, a flexible weekly list, and then your daily hit list.
Layers.
It structures your thinking, takes a load off your brain. It prevents that constant, what should I do next feeling. Your brain's for having ideas, he says, not just holding onto them like a filing cabinet.
I definitely feel that relief when I just dump everything onto a page. It's freeing.
What?
And it's not just about planning what to do, but also what not to do, right? Which leads us to the 80-20 rule. Most people know it, but Tracy connects it to something called creative procrastination. What's the strategic angle there?
Okay, so 80-20. 20% of what you do gets you 80% of your results. We get that.
Right.
Tracy's insight is, well, since you can't do everything, you absolutely must choose deliberately what you're not going to do.
Deliberately not do things.
Yeah, creative procrastination. It's not lazy, it's strategic. You consciously put off the low-value stuff, the tadpoles, to make space for the big, important frogs.
Tadpoles out that.
And this ties into zero-based thinking, which is pretty intense. The book asks you, knowing what I know now, is there anything I'm doing today that I wouldn't start again if I had the chance?
Oof.
Yeah. Applies to projects, commitments, relationships, habits. It forces this really tough reevaluation. Are you just doing things out of inertia?
That zero-based thinking question, that's a real gut punch. Because, it implies we're probably spending time on things we shouldn't be. What stops people from actually doing that, from letting go of those tadpoles?
Fear, mostly. FOMO, fear of missing out,
Hmm.
or just this feeling that everything feels important somehow. Saying no is hard. Letting a non-critical task just sit there, that takes practice.
Yeah, building that no muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like she realized how much time social media scrolling was eating up. A total tadpole for her, unless it was directly for her business. She had to consciously decide to ignore the rest. That's creative procrastination.
Okay, so building on that strategic stuff, Tracy gives us a really practical day-to-day tool, the ABCDE method. We all kind of prioritize, but what makes this specific system work so well? What's the trick to making it stick?
I think it's the simplicity combined with how
Mm.
strict it is. You mark your list. A is a must-do, your frog. Serious consequences if you don't. B is a should-do, minor consequences. C, nice to do. D, delegate. E, eliminate.
A, B, C, D, E.
Got it. But the magic isn't just the labels, it's the rule. You never do a B task if you still have an A task undone. Never do a C if a B is waiting, and so on.
Oh, okay, no cheating.
No cheating. If you have multiple A's, you number them, A1, A2. It forces this clear hierarchy, constantly pushes your focus to the most valuable thing right now. It's like a little mental audit all day long.
I can totally see myself wanting to knock off an easy B task just to feel productive, though. That rule forces real discipline.
Exactly right. And Shane's social media thing, that's a perfect E-eliminate.
Yeah.
Making that call based on the ABCDE clarity freed up so much time and mental space for her A tasks, like her MBA work or business growth.
Right, so even with clear goals and priorities, sometimes you still feel stuck. Tracy says look inward, first at key result areas, then at key constraints. What's the difference, and why is figuring them out so critical?
Good question. Key result areas, or KRAs, are the things you are personally on the hook for. Stuff totally in your control that affects other people's work or the final outcome. Your weakest KRA often holds you back the most.
Okay, my personal responsibilities and constraints.
A constraint is the single biggest bottleneck between you and your most important goal right now. Could be internal, like a skill gap, or external, like lack of resources. The insight is huge. Focus on alleviating that one main constraint. You don't have to fix everything at once.
Like finding the narrowest part of a pipe?
Exactly. If you want more water flow, you widen the narrowest part.
So if your goal is business growth and your constraint is time, just working harder doing the same things isn't the answer. You got to tackle the time problem.
Precisely. Look at Shane again. Her constraint was time juggling everything. Did she just try to cram more hours in? No. She identified the constraint and used her market sales money to hire an assistant.
Smart. Tackling the constraint head on.
Yep. Freed her up to focus on the higher value stuff like getting her chocolates into stores. That directly addressed the bottleneck.
Okay, this next one feels incredibly relevant right now. Technology is a terrible master, but also technology is a wonderful servant. We all feel that phone pulling at us constantly. What's Tracy's core advice for getting back control?
His point is that unchecked technology just drains your mental energy and fuels procrastination. So the key is asserting control. Actively.
Oh.
Ruthless digital decluttering is part one. Unsubscribe from junk. Set strict email check-in times, maybe just twice a day. Delete ruthlessly.
Hey, wow.
I know. But the bigger idea is creating zones of silence. Deliberately turning off your phone first hour of the day, during meals, maybe even a whole day a week if you can manage it, to really let your brain recharge.
A whole day. That sounds intense, but also kind of amazing.
It can be. And then the flip side. Make technology work for you. Use apps to block distracting sites. Turn off almost all notifications. Be intentional. Don't let the tech dictate your attention.
My e-list would definitely have phone notifications right at the top. I actually tried that first hour phone-free thing recently, and honestly, the difference in focus was noticeable.
See, Shane really leaned into this. Cut the non-brand social media, took a screen-free day, had phone-free mornings and evenings. Sounds radical, but it clearly paid off for her focus.
Okay, so we've got goals, plans, priorities sorted, distractions managed. Now, how do we actually attack those big, scary tasks? The frogs themselves. Tracy has these great strategies. Slice and dice the task and take it one oil barrel at a time.
Yeah, it's all about making the huge feel small. Don't try to swallow the frog whole, right?
Right.
The insight is breaking massive tasks into tiny, tiny pieces. The salami slice method is one way. List out every single step, no matter how small, and just commit to doing one slice.
Salami slice.
Or for really long-term stuff, like writing a book, use the Swiss cheese method. Just drill holes in it every day. Tip away at small parts, consistently.
Like making progress feel less daunting.
Exactly. And both lead to the ultimate goal. Single handle every task. Once you pick up a task, especially an important A task, you work on it without stopping until it's 100% complete.
No distractions, no switching.
Ideally, yes.
Uh,
Tracy says interruptions can make tasks take up to 500% longer. 500%! That's insane. The goal is achieving flow, not this fractured stop-start way of working.
wow, 500%. That alone should make everyone listening rethink multitasking. Okay, think about that massive project you've been putting off. How could you salami slice it? Or Swiss cheese it, just to get the ball rolling?
Shane had that huge MBA paper, right?
Yeah.
Looming over her.
Yeah.
Instead of freezing, she just committed 60 minutes every day, focused work, and she finished 2 weeks early. It's about building that momentum, that discipline. She even put up do it now signs later on.
Love it. So we've covered a ton today, really diving deep into Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog. We hit clear, high-leverage goals.
Strategic planning, thinking on paper.
Ruthless prioritizing the 80-20, ABCDE, that creative procrastination idea.
Understanding your key results areas, and especially those constraints, those bottlenecks.
Getting a handle on technology, making it a servant, not the master.
And finally, those execution tactics.
Yeah.
Slicing, dicing, and single-handling tasks until they're done.
Yeah, a lot of powerful stuff. And bringing it back to Shane, her story really shows how these principles add up over time, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It took a couple of tough years, but she did it. Got the MBA, grew the business, quit the day job. Huge accomplishment.
But as Tracy points out, it's not like you win and it's over, right?
Not at all. She found satisfaction, for sure. But the phone still rings. New challenges pop up. She still has to say, back to work. I know there are always more frogs to eat. It's an ongoing way of operating.
It really is. And the workbook leaves us with this really powerful idea. Make a decision to practice these principles every day until they become second nature. Your future success will be unlimited.
Strong words.
Definitely. So for you listening, here's something to chew on, our final thought. If you were going to commit, really commit, to just one of these principles for the next month, which one do you think would have the single biggest, most positive impact on your life?
And following from that, what's the very first frog, that A1 task you're going to tackle first thing tomorrow morning?
Think about it. Choose one thing.
Yeah. Choose wisely, take that first step, and start eating those frogs.